This time, though, Light must hit his arrows. LNG, watch out for those lane swaps early. They do have a Scion. It can potentially be there. All the same, you have a very good tank front line into what Waybo are bringing to bear with them. Both of these teams have ample engage. Some put to fruition there. Tarzan goes up towards these grubs. Early spawn up there. Weibo maybe not expecting this. Might be able to smite fight for the last one.
Tarzan gets that one, and the smite used to secure it. Could look for a spear, but I don't think he'll find it, especially with those mites annoyingly in the way. So, 2 for 1 on the grubs. Tarzan will still be happy with the fact that he managed to get 2 of them, and he even finds a little javelin on the scout.
Tarzan is open towards the spot side, and Gala and Hung, maybe they pushed too far here. They have flashes. Is that going to be enough?
Slow comes on through. Stun will land onto Hung. That should set up for a javelin, but he's underneath the tower. Oh, I think Gala maybe should have blocked that one, to be honest. Hung now extremely chunked. Tarzan wants to find him. Oh, good sidestep from Hung. That felt a little dangerous, but cheeks firmly engaged once again.
Around the map, constantly forcing the enemy team to defend those turrets. It's going to be hard to do that, though, when you do have grubs on the other side from Waybo, when they do have this early gold lead. So LNG, they're going to have to start racking their brains to say, right, how do we start settling down the map and get Scout on the Corki, which has been so successful in LPL playoffs, into the side lanes and getting gold. These are good trades up here as well. I haven't really had much chance to talk about the Scion. That will be a tank front line and an extra engaged threat later into the game. I will say, I don't love Scion into Ashe Braum, because you dive into the Braum, he puts up the shield, tanks up your ult, and then you just get slowed by that passive. And so, the way that Zucker will have to play this game later on is make sure you are hyper-coordinated with the Lilia and with the Leone.
Yeah, but in fact, Light turns me into a liar as he finishes off his Kraken Slayer.
Well, it's still first, it's just slightly beyond
well,
that. You're not quite like just yet. Be kind to yourself, Jeff. It's been a long series for both these teams. We're going to have to spare ourselves some sympathy just yet. We're going to have to save our energy and our brains, I suppose, for later on. Dive coming in towards the Scion. He is probably dead.
No brain left, only engage. Zucker gonna be the target, and he will go down. Breathe even allows it over to Tarzan. Everyone knows that Tarzan is the carry in this one. Breathe combo Zucker to protect his minion wave.
See that Scout is teleported down to the bot side instead. So, he's going to get himself some alone time there. Gala's forced away from all. This is now more important. Remember, folks, if you are cross-mapping and you have grubs, you have the advantage. You kill towers quicker. LNG, yes, they get that time on bot side, but they're losing out in mid lane and in top lane at the same time. So, LNG have said, all right, Scout, buddy, you're on the Corki. 14-game win streak in LPL playoffs, but giving the resources over to that Corki, is it going to be the same with giving him 2 turrets over in a fell sweep and the Herald? That feels like a bad trade to me.
Feels like a huge win for Waybo. It's a 4,000 gold lead for them at 14 minutes. That is monumental. Yep, the first Drake with 5 grubs. Next Drake not up for another 3 minutes, but that's Herald taken by Tarzan. And guess what? Herald is usually the tool to get mid-tier 1. Mid-tier 1's already gone. This Herald can get massive side lane value now. I mean, this feels like a very rough game for LNG at this point, and I want you to kind of reiterate to me the win conditions for LNG, because it feels like, well, I'm going to have to hold that thought. Yes, I tried to open up a conversation. It's caused action. Crisp on the front line. He's tanky, but not tanky enough. And there's one for LNG already. Xiaohu caught and finished off. That's a shutdown for Scout. As Gala in a 1v1 with Light. He's not winning, but a swirl seed could change it. Volley hits onto
Flashes the volley.
Scout moves in, but can't quite finish the kill. It's not enough to be a done deal for Waybo just yet.
No, so Dragon comes up. We did say, hey, maybe the Herald will be put down as a counterweight. There's no contest. They don't have to use that. They still have the Herald to use somewhere. Maybe they just put it towards bot lane now. There's a chance that it goes towards that. We get ourselves a Mountain Dragon. You know what? That could really work out for LNG at some point. Zucker can ult away from this tower. He might have to. You don't really want... Yeah, this could be a bit of an issue. Just ult away. Don't get Braum stunned. Gets his way through that. Waybo do have the 5 grubs. Use that Herald. They put it towards bot lane, and that'll be the last of the outer turrets taken. There's a goal into Xiaohu to even it up between him and Scout.
Nicely done here by Waybo in this game is that rather than miss the arrows, Light's just not shooting them.
Not use them.
Waybo shot, I think, 1 arrow all game long. Just saving that as a tool should they need it. And there we go. Chunk onto Weibo. Crisp happy to tank up the initial engage from Hung. And there's the arrow setting up onto Hung. Stun follows it up with a spear to finish the job. Breathe diving into the mix to tank for his team, but flashes over the wall and survives. Weibo chunked low. Drake up onto the map. This should be Waybo on soul point.
when we talked about the win conditions, this is what we highlighted. Weibo wants to just make sure the engage doesn't reach the backline, peel back and kill him. It's exactly what happens. Xiaohu wasn't there, Scout wasn't there, it was a 4v4, but the important thing is the Ashe Braum was there. Such an obnoxious combo, and Hung can't escape from it as soon as he's brought himself in too deep. Weibo get themselves that big dragon. He's going to get themselves that soul point.
For LNG to have to dodge. Similar story the other way, though, now that Waybo have to try and face check into the river themselves. Zika there to be that front line. This is where these AD carries have to come on through. LNG getting through this Drake, and I think it might just go without a contest. There's the Drake. Can they escape, though? TP coming up through his way, trying to get asleep, trying to keep his team alive. Crisp tanking up on that front line. Unbreakable. Insane value in the fight as Breed gets onto Scout as well. Zika trying to chase onto Light, but he can't find the 1v1 this time. Double kill for Light, and Waybo looks to Baron.
Weibo getting the kills again, but much like that last time, they do end up losing that dragon. Weibo's dragon setups haven't been great for getting the actual objectives, but they would be able to run this into a Baron. That could be everything they wanted all the same. LNG, if they can survive the Baron buff, this might work out for them, but, well, that might be a tough ask against Weibo, pushing in all lanes with the Baron buff buffing up the minions.
And part of the consequence there was that Breed actually finished off the tier 2 in the bottom side before TPing in. So it was 5v4 for a long time for LNG. That's why
Gala has a Bloodthirster, so he's actually happy tanking the wave hit. He gets to keep it away from the turret. Now they go for the engage. Okay, it's onto Crisp, though. That's not what you need.
It's not that tanky. He does get knocked up. Light looking to finish the job, and he'll do so. And now Zika locked up as well. What was that from LNG? Zika flashes to safety. Breathe on the other side of the wall. Will finish the job. Double kill for Light. I think that Red Buff finished the kill in the end. And Waybo have just been gifted the end of the game on a silver platter. Xiaohu pushing in the bot side while Waybo win a 4v5 elsewhere. LNG just lose their minds when it matters the most. After 5 games, after all this, that's how the series ends.
LNG in front of their home crowd might have just seen their frontline players completely forget what Braum Ashe does as they walk into their dooms. Weibo, they find themselves a crack in the dam and the water keeps flowing.
I cannot believe this is how the series ends, but Waybo looking on the brink to make their way through the lower bracket. They get a second opportunity, and they look towards top esports with glee in their eyes. Waybo take LNG down 5 full games. The rivalry lives on, but LNG do not.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.